Hey guys, iPodcreveking here, and today's just going to be a little bit of a different video, not usually what I do. However, I think it'd be a little appropriate and a nice video to do, just whatever. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But it's going to be about my iPad 2, not 3, 2. I may be asking, why are you doing an iPad 2 video? The iPad 3 already came out. Blah blah blah, whatever. I'm going to be talking about that, talking a little bit about this iPad 2. My cat's sneezing over there. I'm going to be talking a little bit about it 16 months later. I just thought I'd throw this video up because I think it's necessary, because I'm very, very impressed with the results of this, 1.5-year-old tablet, that I got around end of, 2011. However, it just runs beautifully, and I honestly, I'll get to that more later in this video, of course, but honestly, I'm just really impressed with those results, and I'm going to get in more in that in this video. But I'm now beginning. So, now back to the iPad 2. So first what I'm going to be talking about is performance, and how has it, performed in this, time period, with recent tablets. How do I think? Do I think it's smooth? Do I think it's fast? Etc., etc. I'm going to be talking about this right now in this segment. That sounds a little too professional. This, part of the video. So, performance-wise, it runs great. I'm not saying that with any bias or anything. It could be better, and I understand probably when I see an iPad 3 and I open really, really, really heavy apps such as intense iMovie. I know that doesn't sound really intense, but big projects. I know I'm probably gonna say, okay, the iPad 3's obviously it's faster and smoother, but I think it's it's sort of dramatically better. But generally, I think this is still very, very smooth, especially, and you won't basically see any decrease in results if you're playing Angry Birds or web browsing, which is mainly a lot of times what I do. However, a lot of times I'm hoping to get a heavy app such as Grand Theft Auto, for example. When I started playing that game on my iPod Touch 4th generation, got the iPad 2, played it, and I was amazed that something this thin. This has a case on it, by the way. Oh my god, thinner than this, that could pack that much in this thing. It was amazing. I mean, it didn't have basically no lag whatsoever. It was very smooth, very fast, very responsive. It was an awesome gaming experience, which I think, is a big part of the performance. You have to test gaming. I played Infinity Blade on this, which I didn't, play for a while because I really just didn't like it. But it just worked really well. I mean, I didn't see a decrease in performance, whatsoever. So as far as speed and performance, even currently now, this iPad 2 does not disappoint. Honestly, like I said, I'm being pretty honest. Like I said, could be better when you're doing intense stuff. However, generally, especially for the average user, this iPad 2 does not disappoint. And yes, I know this does not have the Retina display, but the current display isn't horrible. And honestly, I didn't really say 1.0 that could be a lot better. Honestly, I didn't. It's just kind of something I ignore. The screen resolution. However, with an iPad 3, I think I'd be more, I don't know. It's just kind of something you bypass. However, going from a Retina display to a, standard SD display, it's a little bit, weird. It's just a little bit different. But I didn't experience an iPad 3 with Retina display. Well, I actually have, but not in a long time. So, this display really is good, especially if you haven't seen an iPad 3 display. I'm not really making sense today, sorry, but, you guys get the point. The iPad 2 does not disappoint as far as performance, speed, etc., etc. Now I'm going to be talking about, I don't really know what this is called. I'm just going to be, telling you guys this. I think there's a fine line in between where technology starts getting faster. I think, for example, I used an iPad 1 not that long ago, like, a couple weeks ago, because I was helping a guy, with tech issues. I was helping him, and then just going through folders and opening applications, the frame rate was, it really wasn't that good. Honestly, I was surprised at how not good it was. It was, but when it was opening a folder, it kind of opened a little bit sluggishly, a little bit laggy, and you could notice that with our average day use. When I opened a folder with this, honestly, I kind of just bypass it. If I swivel the chair around, if you can see that, my cat's laying over there. If you can see that, that's pretty funny. Anyway, I opened that, boom, boom, boom. It's kind of weird I'm saying boom. But you know, open that, open this, and not to mention this thing's jailbroken. Imagine it when it's not jailbroken. This thing's gonna be, it's really just gonna be great. I'm not gonna say lightning. Maybe it would be lightning, lightning-ish, back in 2011. And now I wouldn't say lightning. I just say it's fast and it doesn't disappoint with performance. You know, 16 months later. So you know, I think there's a fine line, and this is really where it starts getting, you know, you can't say it's slow. I mean, the iPad 1, some people, I really didn't even think the iPad 1 was slow. But, you know, some people say, oh, the iPad 1's slow, which I could sort of see. And then, you know, the iPad 2, I think it's sort of more, you know, it's not slow. However, it could be better. And that's really what I think of the iPad 2 right now. Yeah, it could be better, but is it still great? Yes. Does it disappoint? I keep saying that now. No, it doesn't disappoint. It's just a great tablet. And, you know, it's just worth considering. Maybe, I mean, if I was me and I had the choice to get the iPad 2 or 3 now, what was I saying again? Oh, yeah. This is a mess. Anyway, if I had a choice to get the iPad 3 or iPad 2 now, I'd probably get the iPad 3 just because I'm a geek, someone could say. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm a geek, everyone. Okay, I'm a geek. Whatever. They're respected, aren't they? I think. But, you know, it's cool. My iPad's reflecting on the wall. I'm really losing track right here. I would go with the iPad 3 just because I'm a tech geek and I kind of like those things. However, if you're, you know, just beginning in tablets, this is, and you know, you like iOS, this is great. I mean, honestly, you might want to consider getting this, or, you know, you're thinking 32GB iPad 2, 16GB iPad 3, which one should I get? You know, if I need more storage, consider go with the iPad 2. You know, that's really up to your choice. So now I'm going to talk about something that kind of goes along with speed and performance, and that is RAM. This here, iPad 2, packs 512 megabytes of RAM, which now sucks. You see tablets with 1GB, 2GB in the Samsung Galaxy S3, which is a phone, and it, you know, blows the iPad 2 kind of out of the water as far as specs goes with these, you know, new phones. But honestly, iOS is a very simple operating system that really doesn't need as much RAM, say Android, which is more, I guess, RAM hungry than iOS. I mean, really, grid of icons. I know I went through this before, you know, in a couple of my videos. Grid of icons. You know, you can multitask a little bit, app switch, basically. That's basically what you do. I mean, you have simple, you know, touch operations with gestures, and, you know, it's just very simple. And honestly, multitasking on this kind of isn't multitasking, app switching, which I kind of understand. I mean, conserving the memory in this iPad so it runs better when you're doing heavier tasks, I guess you could say. Switching it up in between applications instead of actually having them running in the background. And then when you open a heavier app, it handles it better because more RAM is being, you know, used for that application at once. So it's really just depending on one application, which I can understand, like I said, in iOS. But the point is, it's a very RAM-friendly operating system, and you don't really need that much RAM to power iOS. That's just how it is. So that just about wraps up my way too long 16-month later iPad 2 video. Once again, like I said, you know, if you're an average user, you don't need the iPad 3, you don't need the latest and greatest. You want to save $100, or you want to opt for a bigger storage capacity in the iPad 2 than getting, you know, a lower storage capacity on the iPad 3. Oh my God, did you see that? My cat just jumped on my table. He literally just jumped on there. How cute. You're really in this video a lot today, aren't you? That seemed really weird. Anyway, I'm all hairy now. Rambled a lot in this video. Anyway, hair dust, cat dust. If you want to, you know, go for the iPad 2, go for it. It's really your choice. I'm just saying that it runs well even in 2012, you know, mid-2012. So that's the point of this video. Very, you know, my cat starred a lot in this video. I don't know why I just jumped in that desk. You know, but that's about it for this video. That's about it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe up above. That will let you know when I post a new video. That's about it, guys. iPodcreveking. I'll catch you guys in the next one.